Welcome to Your Capital What's Up. I'm Chuck Wiger, your area state senator. Thank you very much for watching. Today I'm real pleased to have as our special guest Kelly Nadeau. Kelly, welcome to our show.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Kelly is the president of the Student Council for Tartan High School, and we're going to talk about your role as the president, what the Student Council does, and we look forward to all the good deeds that are being done. But first, we're going to learn a little bit more about yourself.
Okay.
So I know that you're a senior.
Yeah.
And you live in Oakdale. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about your educational journey. Where did you go to school before Tartan?
I went to Eagle Point before, and then for elementary school.
Did you go to kindergarten?
I went somewhere in Woodbury, Woodbury Lutheran.
Okay.
So we lived a little bit further away from the Oakdale School District, so I went there.
Okay.
And then I started Eagle Point at first grade, and it was just kind of like a home. It felt really good, and I loved every single teacher there. And then moving into Skyview, just another great school, and I went there for middle school, and now I'm back at Tartan. So.
Any particular memories you'd like to share as a student at Eagle Point?
My second grade teacher, Mrs. Belkey, said that I had a contagious laugh.
Okay.
And so she'd always just make me laugh, and pretty soon I got the entire class laughing. So that's probably my best memory from Eagle Point. So.
Wonderful. And any particular activities that may have drawn you to participate when you're in elementary school, whether it was in the community or at the school?
I held a little bit of a leadership role in some of my church's stuff. I was like a lead in a play, so just...
Which play?
It was like a jungle theme play where
Okay.
we were trying to find, or someone was trying to find Jesus, and so I was one of the leads in that, and
Great.
that just kind of started my whole leadership thing. So.
Okay. And on to Skyview Middle School. Tell us about that experience.
That was really fun. It was just a great transition from Eagle Point to Skyview. Really great teachers, just really fun. And then I started my student council experience in 6th grade, and I've been in student council ever since. So.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you get on student council in middle school?
For middle school, you get interviewed by the teachers. You have to write an application. And then you write a statement about why you think you would be a good candidate and what you want to try to do. And then it's anonymous, so then everybody just votes on your statement.
Okay.
So.
But it is voting.
Yep.
Okay. And do you recall what that platform, why you wanted to step forward back in middle school? And we'll ask you the same thing for Tartan.
Yeah.
But what were some of those things that motivated you to serve at such an early age?
I really like to get involved, and I knew that if I got involved in middle school that it might be a little bit more fun and not as scary, I guess, if I knew upperclassmen and just kind of knowing a little bit about the school. And it's just kind of fun to take a part in planning the dances and then going to the dance and having so much fun and seeing everybody else having so much fun and just be like, oh, well, I had a part in planning this, so that's
so
just...
a lot of pride and wanted to participate in
Yeah.
leadership role. And
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And any other activities that you were involved in middle school?
Just another play. So
Okay.
I was in like Fairy Tale Courtroom, so I was one of the defense attorneys. So
Okay.
it was an interesting play.
Okay.
So
A particular subject that you liked the most at that stage?
science.
Science.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, you're on then to Tartan High School, and you continued your service on student councils as well.
Yep.
And at this point, tell us what are some of the key things that the student council does at the high school, and then we'll talk about some of the specific things that you're doing now.
Okay.
But overall, what does the student council do?
well, our mission statement is just to create a positive environment for students to just have fun in, kind of just create an overall good mood at the school. And so we do that through different spirit days, different spirit weeks, and then the dances that we put on. So
Okay. How many are on the council?
this year we have a lot more. It's like 60.
Okay.
So
Representing the various classes?
yes.
And selection process?
They have to write an application. It's like a 2-page application, and then send 3 teacher recommendations out, and then the teachers will fill that out, and they have to get 25 people on, or to write their name and say that they will vote for them. And once that application is complete, we turn it into the advisors, and then again we vote just based on the names. So.
Okay, but unlike middle school, you aren't anonymous any further. They know who you are.
Yeah.
And is there a bit of campaigning involved?
You know, all 4 years that I've tried out, there's really no one's been campaigning, and the advisors do pick some kids too, so that's why it's not all a popularity contest. But it is nice to just have everybody from different cliques on the student council, and that's kind of a good way to do it, I think.
So you think that a lot of the groups at school, you mentioned the word clique.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
In terms of maybe the group that might not be as engaged, how do you reach out to them?
Well, we try to just plan different things, try to just make the dances and the spirit days more like appealing to everybody rather than just one group or 2 groups. We try to just make it as fun as we possibly can, and then hopefully we advertise a lot, and hopefully everybody finds a need to participate, I guess.
So very strong on school spirit,
Yeah.
promoting involvement, engagement, and that's key to graduating,
Yeah.
actually, is being engaged in the process and
Yeah.
feeling good about yourself, too.
Yeah, yeah.
So in addition to the spirit dances, which is very important,
Yes.
other activities that the council is involved in?
Right before winter break, we do something called Holiday Helping Hands. So we fundraise through our second hour classes, and the second hour classes go out and buy presents for kids that wouldn't normally have presents to open for the holidays. And like a week before Christmas break, the student council and some extra volunteers dress up as elves, Santas, and we have one Mrs. Claus outfit, and we deliver the kids the presents, and it's a really neat experience.
wonderful.
A lot of the parents cry, and it's just it's really touching. And this year we are putting on a 5K walk run for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So we're just kind of in the planning stages of that, and we're teaming up with North this year. So
Great.
yeah, we're excited.
So service-oriented and giving back, and
Yeah.
not about me, but we and sharing.
Yeah.
Good. And you meet how often as a council?
We meet once a week, Thursday mornings. So
Do you get any academic credit for that, or a half a credit, or for all the involvement?
no, it's just
For
all
service?
volunteer work, really.
Okay.
So
Good. Now, in addition to your service on the student council, is there time for anything else?
I'm involved in National Honor Society, Relay for Life, and I am also a yearbook editor. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about each. The National Honor Society
Yep.
is another selection process.
Yep.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
But
That-
tell us about what the NHS is doing.
Well, right now we're getting ready for our Sweetheart Dance. So that's where we go and dance with some elderly people, and just kind of put out a whole
People
dance.
60 and over. All right, yeah. You
Yeah.
go over, and I know Gladstone and
Yes.
another, and that is just great.
Yeah, it's a
that you
lot of
do.
fun, and it's just they teach us how to do the polka, and it's really entertaining, and it's just
The polka.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
That's what I learned last year, so I'm looking forward to this year. So right now we're getting ready for that, and in the fall we always help out with the Twin Cities Marathon. We're Stop 13, so we hand out water and Gatorade, and we've done that for a couple years now, and we're the only NHS for that stop. They just keep asking us back every single year because I guess we do a good job. So,
I guess.
so
Okay, you mentioned Relay for Life.
yep.
Tartan perhaps has the model program
Yeah.
for the country. Tell us about Relay for Life.
Well, this year is our 10th year, and it's hopefully our $1 million relay. We're pretty close to the $1 million mark over the 10-year period.
And share, it's for the cancer cure.
Yep. We walk the track the entire night to signify the struggles that a cancer patient has to go through, starting at the night and eventually working all the way up to the morning, you know, just kind of the hope. We have 3 ceremonies: celebrate, remember, and fight back.
Yes.
And so it's a hard experience, but it's really worthwhile, and it's really important to everyone at Tartan. And so we're excited that it's our $1 million relay, and it's really cool since it's my senior year and I get to experience that. So.
Well, like your laugh, the spirit and that effort is contagious as well. And but we're just so proud in our area of what Tartan has done, and of course, you know, North High and other area schools are involved as well. But Tartan laid a lot of the groundwork, and so good for you for continuing that important tradition.
Yeah, it's important not only to like just one group, but to every single group. We have almost everyone participate in Relay for Life, so it's just nice to see that unification come.
Okay.
So.
And you're the editor of the yearbook?
Yep, I'm one of the 4 editor co-in-chiefs, so we've been on yearbook since sophomore year together, 2 of them since freshman year. And I don't know, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of long nights with our advisor, so we've gotten really close to her, and we go to a lot of just different groups and different, I guess, like sneak peek days of what's coming up with the Jostens Year Tech online stuff, and it's a lot of taking pictures, getting names, writing stories, and cobbing, cutting out the background is just, it's a lot of work, but it's really cool to just like open up the yearbook and just be like, I did this page, look at this, and it's really cool that to make something that's going to last forever.
Oh, yeah. People often will have that yearbook throughout their life.
Yeah.
I have mine yet, and it's fun looking and reflecting on those memories. So you thrive on work, volunteerism, spreading joy. It's marvelous.
Thank you.
The science you mentioned earlier as an academic interest in middle school. What's your academic passion now?
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
I like
we're
blowing
still in
stuff
natural
up.
science.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Blowing stuff up. Just kaboom.
Okay. And
So.
what are you thinking of doing after you graduate high school, which is a slam dunk?
Yeah. I'm going to the University of Minnesota Twin Cities College of Science and Engineering.
Congratulations.
Thank
It's
you.
very competitive.
Yeah, so I was really excited. That's where I've always wanted to go, and so I was really happy. And then I'll major in chemistry and hopefully go on to medical school and become a pediatrician.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So I just have no doubt that you're going to reach that goal.
Thank you.
So with the focus, the determination that you've shown throughout your life.
Thank
you. On the student council, you have been involved since 6th grade. And do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, my little sister Taylor, she's a sophomore at Tartan.
Okay, is she following in your footsteps?
Yeah, she asked me, you know, should I do student council? Is it a lot of work? And I said, it's a lot of work, but it's the best way to get involved in high school and really just get to know everybody from all ages. So I think she likes it. I think she's happy that I told her to join. So.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, growing up isn't easy. We know that, and being engaged, involved is very, very important to feel that you're a part of something. And in fact, that goes for after you're done with school as well. What about those students that maybe are having a tough time or it's not quite working out for them? Is there any way that the student council can interface with that or address issues that might be raised?
Well,
and I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I think that there's a group that addresses suicide intervention and the need to be aware on that. And they visit us, a group from Tartan, actually, and we have other groups. But does the student council talk to some of these, or maybe there's even representation on there to look at some of the real serious conditions that students are faced with as well?
We don't really directly work with SAD, that's Students Against Destructive Decisions. They kind of just handle you know, Suicide Prevention Week, Violence Prevention Week, Chemical Health Week.
Yes.
We try to, you know, just support them in however way we can, just kind of like give them poster tips or whatever, just little things, but we're not directly involved in anything like that. But we're not, I guess we don't try to bring them down or anything like that, so
Okay.
it's just,
It's not a competition,
No.
though, and you support one another.
yeah, yeah. I think that all of the groups really do support each other at Tartan, so that's nice.
What if there was a policy or a rule that a group of students wanted to, you know, just question, maybe make some additional recommendations on or change, just as we do in the legislative process? Does the student council get involved, or maybe you're asked by the administration to comment on something?
Well, 2 years ago, before they started the Titan Way, they did bring a presentation to us, and as a
Tell us
council,
about the Titan Way.
I think it's pride, respect, and responsibility, and just different areas where you can show pride, respect, and responsibility through school, whether it's in the bathrooms, the hallways, the cafeteria, and classrooms. And so they brought that to us 2 years ago, and we just kind of talked about a good way to maybe get it out to the students, a good way to just let them know exactly what it is, why they're doing it, and just kind of guidelines to follow. We kind of helped set up the guidelines for that. So I think that
Wonderful.
was great, yeah.
Okay.
So-
Any other issues that you know, might come up? One item that we used to get a lot of communication on would be on lunch programs, and of course the president's wife, Michelle Obama, has talked a lot about you know, nutrition. And is there any discussion in terms of, you know, the lunch program or how we can increase participation? You've got a lot of excellent choices there now.
Yeah.
Would that be something the student council gets involved in, or are things?
I think
going
things
well?
are really good. They really have a good handle on things. This year they have those Subline, which everybody just loves, and it's a really good healthy choice. And we do
Healthy
have,
choice,
Yeah.
so important to make that the healthy choice and the cool choice,
Yeah.
and that people realize
Yeah.
that.
So I don't think they need our help. They're really good at what they do. So it's
Okay.
nice.
From time to time, we know there's problems that might be for drinking or drugs. It's happened in all generations,
Yeah.
and it's something that we try to raise awareness and the need for abstaining, prevention, and that. How goes the battle on that?
Well, the SAD actually did a Most of Us campaign. We took a poll, I think it was 2 years ago, and so they have posters around the school. It's 84% of us that don't participate in that, and 90% of us that would never get into a car with someone who has been drinking. So the SAD is just really good about that, and really good with the Most of Us campaign, and they make it interesting and kind of find fun ways to bring it out to everybody. So I think they do a really good job with that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And in terms of the relation with teachers, you have the dialogue, of course, with your advisors,
Yes.
with the various clubs. Would you like to single out a teacher or two that's had a particular impact? I think you mentioned Mrs. Belke
Yeah.
back at Eagle Point,
Yeah.
second grade, but along that journey at middle school and or Tartan?
My yearbook advisor and Spanish teacher, Mrs. Hanson, she's just been a lot of fun. Someone that I can go and talk to if I have problems. She's just not a friend, but I would like to call her a friend if she wasn't my teacher. But she's just been a great resource to have. And then my calculus teacher, Mrs. Hires, she's an amazing teacher, and we're really lucky to have her for our math program. I never thought I could do calculus, but with her help, I get it.
And
So
that is one of the toughest subjects
Yeah.
in math across the country.
Yeah.
Usually half of the students that go on to college will need some form of remediation.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, it doesn't connect well in middle school or high school, and remediation is needed. You just called out the great efforts of your teacher.
Yeah.
Why is she so effective?
I think she just really listens to us. She listens to exactly what we don't get and kind of brings it to a level where we can understand. She makes really good analogies, funny analogies. She tries to keep it light even though when it's hard, and it's kind of sarcastic if we ask her like, this one's gonna be easy, right? And she'll just like laugh at us and say, of course. And she doesn't let it get hard for us to do and handle in class. She just kind of keeps the class light,
even though it's rigorous, she presents it in a humorous way at times, but she connects with you.
Yeah, she really does. She's really good at that. So.
Okay, well, good for those teachers. And in terms of advice for other students, what would you clearly would be an exemplary student and a role model. What would your advice be to other students that might be watching?
I just say get involved. That's what I was told when I entered high school, and it's been a great experience for me. By getting involved, you meet people with similar interests. You get opportunities that just, make you want to come to school, make you want to find a certain career path. It's just, I don't know what I would be without my extracurricular activities, and I enjoy them, and that's where I think high school is important in a person's life, is just the extracurriculars, finding friends, finding really what your passion is.
Okay.
So.
I know your parents must be very, very proud of you, and would you like to comment on that?
Yeah, I don't know, my mom's in the studio, and I think she's crying, I don't know, but she's proud, and my dad is too. They just tell me all the time, just, keep up the good work. I can't believe what you're doing, and they were really happy about my acceptance.
Your biggest coach and teacher, and it all starts at home.
Yeah, it does. They've been a great support all the time. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as you look to the future, you want to be a pediatrician, and I'm sure you'll make that goal.
Thank you.
Any other goals that you've set for yourself as you enter adulthood?
Just be as good of a mother as my mom, I guess, and have a happy family.
So getting married, and having children.
Yeah.
Being a role model, just like mom.
Yeah, just like mom.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And anything else you'd like to share with us, Kelly, regarding your experience as the Student Council President at Tartan High School?
Well, I did go to the national conference this year for Student Council, and
where was that at?
That was in St. Louis, Missouri, and so I got to meet everybody from around the state, around the country, and from a couple people from other countries as well, and that was just a really good experience. So, if you're in student council and you want to have an amazing experience, that's just go to nationals. It's just the best experience I've had of my life so far. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm going to just ask you a couple other quick questions here. Is there any particular person in United States history, or it could be world history, that you most admire?
I really admire Theodore Roosevelt. I did a report on him in 3rd grade, and I just think he's really cool. He had kind of a can-do attitude, and
yes, he did.
That's kind of how I look about things. I just got my big stick, and we'll get going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And when you talk to other students about getting involved, what's the pitch that you make? How do you get them to get involved? Because you're a motivator and in a leadership role. How do you connect so that because the essence of leadership is followership.
Yeah.
How do you make that connection?
Well, sometimes kids will ask me, how do you survive high school? And I just say, well, I do student council, I get involved, and they just say, well, does that make it a little bit more easier for you? And I always tell them, yes, it does. It makes it worthwhile and fun. And I try to get people to join student council by talking about the dances that we put on, and just their ideas on what we could do to make it better. And a lot of people really do have some great ideas, so I just encourage them to apply for next year and just let their opinions be heard. So.
Okay. And as we look at problems facing, not only we mentioned a little bit about that high school and public education, but just our country in general. Just any observations as you, enter the world as a future leader, as an adult. Any particular issue that you would consider a high priority that maybe you'll address as a pediatrician someday, or as an active volunteer?
I just think that we need to start looking more into the math and science. We did have the invention age, not a couple years ago, several years ago, well, a long time ago, I guess. But I think that in order to, keep up with the world and it's changing, we still need to keep inventing. We still need more scientists. We still need more math. Just keeping up with kind of the people who made America what it is now.
Okay.
So.
Kelly Nadeau, you're a very impressive young
Thank
lady.
you.
President of the council, we congratulate you on your
Thank you.
success. We salute your parents, your family, those teachers, and others as well that have been a part of that journey. I'm sure they're very, very proud.
Thank
And
you.
if people have questions about the council, I know they can contact the school. There's a very good website for Tartan High School as well. And you mentioned several laudable activities that you're involved in for the relay and reaching out with the seniors, et cetera. And so good for you.
Thank you.
Shining example of
Thank you.
youth and our future. So
Thank you.
way to go.
Thank you.
And viewers, if you have questions of me on particular subject questions, I invite you to call me. My cell phone is 651-770-0283, or give me a call at the Capitol, 296-6820. With Kelly Nadeau, I'm Chuck Wiger. Thank you very much for watching.